Initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious. Wally is happy when Moors are happy. Vixens wink fake lashes trying to trap me. 40 days and nights battling the lower demons. This is not their land, hybrids can't be freemen. If this is not their land, who's the immigrant thinking they're sovereign? Imagination figment, recessive is their status, lacking pigment. Game for the Thanksgiving, but no commitment to indigenous Moors they conquered with Bibles. Signs in the vitals and signs in the cycles, only to strangle, embracing my rivals. Free national standards, not playing with the tribals. Each Moor is their own Christ, not disciples. Whether hands or thoughts, no worshiping idols. Always carry my Moorish Quran, no recitals. Everyone will not process ancients' arrivals. Initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious.
Innate mystic ability to show and prove a lesson, coupled with the agility to move you with the message, presence of divine mind to navigate you with a reference, urgent with a purpose, perfect. Emergent urban legends, real more is not a question or a choice or a preference. You are who you are, you should have the same obsession. Broke the same jewels to a dude, the corner, Jane and Western. What you reppin', all that effort, that direction, keep you separate in a world of blind sheep. I was born to be a shepherd, mine like an elephant. Got the paws of a leopard, means I'm wise and I'm strong. Crank you up like I'm a record, take you to the body shop, correct your lines to true vector manifestations. Matter, energy, and mind, spirit men unsung. Trey Young dropping dimes until you tighten up, you catching splinters from the pine. Clean the clouds out your thoughts, that's what keep you in the bind.
Initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious.
This that new batch.
Telling you shit through numbers though. I don't like counting, man. Like the counting stuff, ancestors, man.
Pro bono, publico, pro facto, pro indefenso. We that two things tramp on top of B-Mat. Sounds like an E-flat, ring, quattro, doors, ablaze with my circle. Invoke my C ergo, wings back, but not that high. I'm a bee, but I'm not that fly. Bugging you, I'm not that kind. Look like a mean mug, what did I do? Try to relax, let your feet hover, fall off your path at the least suck ya. I didn't mean that, you said you needed intensive care. I got the weed pack, cop 10 bags of your head. You said you need that, with the tail, I brought the whole steed. Giddy up, wasn't funny, what you call money. Bring the green back, but greed is always left intact. Papa, pro bono, et malo, pro indefenso, pro
bono, progress need no promo. Brainwashed by TV programs, no, proclaim lower self, project higher than rockets. Profound like fork tongues in sockets. Protection lacking, project in a direction away from blacking or be lacking. In a zombie procession, most profession keep you from progressing, denying due processing. Prosecutor wants no impropria persona in full life for obia. Prodigal son, nautical, astronomical one. All pro, never implausible, cause probable. Proactive, not passive, mind's captive. Problem, children angry and hyperactive, needs more probiotic. Pro-black is pro-death, I'm pro-seeds and process. Pro-democracy, Moors keep me perplexed. Not hearing innocence, Kirkman Bay's Moors profess. Seating old Moors in the back with no protest. Spiritual work is in progress.
Speaking pro is best, a point I emphasize, no stress. Meaning attend to what is or is to be, what's not less. Communications a test and verbally I express my progress and high probability for profit we opt to get. Opportunities that set our plots in check to apply the domino effect a story connects. More important than the past project, hence we document to step correct when we reflect. Plus self-respect to detect what's real and focus on growth. This is what it is and we do the theme of this verse, so take note. I proactively promote the quotes that I wrote when enlightened, stimulating my state to be one more great from inciting affirmations that heighten implementation and writing. Healthy reminders inciting the calm minded, the fighting, or more like a dance, the mental train. Know what I'm saying? Like Coach Nim said, it's often the weak that complain.
Pro bono, publico, pro facto, pro indefensio.
Pro bono, progress need no promo. Brainwashed by TV programs, no.
Speaking pro is best, my progress project. I proactively promote the quotes that I wrote.
And being declassified from the human race and then brought down to a lower race that symbolized color. When we talk black, white, mulatto, he did not want us to be classified in these racial categories, but to be elevated back to the human race, where there was only one race, and that was called human. As he said in his famous speech, the Negro finds himself a slave in his own land. That means that, you know, we have been consistently and constantly fighting, whether it be from Frederick Douglass, his writings, whether it be from W.E.B. Du Bois, his writings, John Henry Clark on the African writings, again, Drew Ali speaking about the Moorish history here in the United States of America. You know, these things that were talked about were just reminders of who we were in the past and what our fight has been in this country. We did not want to be called Negro. We did not want to be called a color.
Tell everyone about Drew Ali. 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 Tell everyone. Let the world know Drew Ali came. Brought a flag, religion, and free national name. Brought an ID card, don't flash at the hybrid. Learn about the righteous and when we were the pirates. Ancestral creed, clandestine heed. Warnings of the prophet, they can't intercede. Canaanite, Hittite, Amorite brethren needing new homes to Atlantis direction. North, south, and central. Flag continental. Founder and uniting of the Moorish holy temple of science. Nationality is alliance. Always in defiance of their worship compliance. Active, not passive. Estate is massive. Use the compass, draw circles around your passions. Carpenter's tool in the mind workshop. Corsica bandana, covered eyes in bird box. Return to ancestors' mind. Descendants of ancients. Forget the mundane. Knowledge attainments guided by the principles, our own laws and customs. If they teach but don't bring up Drew Ali, don't trust them. Tell everyone about Drew Ali. 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 Tell everyone. Tell everyone about Drew Ali. 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 Tell everyone.
I told a Filipino woman about Drew Ali. We got more into the pedigree. She said she more. I said that meant more to me. Couldn't have this conversation a few years back when I was a few years black. 2,000 years I cried in tears, but I'm back. Still here, thought manifested from a higher tier. I appear spirit and flesh with divine warnings. Choose life or death. I heard my mother utter to the Negro, black or color, African American, and that's another. Moors, be yourself, no other. You're the last puzzle in place, now move others. Hatred, slander, lewdness, murders. The pleasure of the lower, rich in promise, so you can't prevent.
And being declassified from the human race and then brought down to a lower race that symbolized color. When we talk black, white, mulatto, he did not want us to be classified in these racial categories, but to be elevated back to the human race. where there was only one race, and that was called human. As he said in his famous speech, the Negro finds himself a slave in his own land. That means that, we have been consistently and constantly fighting, whether it be from Frederick Douglass, his writings, whether it be from W.E.B. Du Bois, his writings, John Henry Clark on the African writings, again, Drew Ali speaking about the Moorish history here in the United States of America. These things that were talked about were just reminders of who we were in the past and what our fight has been in this country. We did not want to be called Negro. We did not want to be called a color.
Tell everyone about Drew Ali, 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 tell everyone. Let the world know Drew Ali came. Brought a flag, religion, and free national name. Brought an ID card, don't flash at the hybrid. Learn about the righteous and when we were the pirates. Ancestral creed, clandestine heed. Warnings of the prophet, they can't intercede. Canaanite, Hittite, Amorite brethren needing new homes to Atlantis direction. North, south, and central, flag continental. Founder and uniting of the Moorish holy temple of science. Nationality is alliance, always in defiance of their wardship compliance. Active, not passive, estate is massive. Use the compass, draw circles around your passions. Carpenter's tool in the man workshop. Corsica bandana, covered eyes in bird box. Return to ancestors' mind, descendants of ancients. Forget the mundane, knowledge attainments. Guided by the principles, our own laws and customs. If they teach but don't bring up Drew Ali, don't trust them. Tell everyone about Drew Ali, 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 tell everyone. Tell everyone about Drew Ali, 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 tell everyone.
I told a Filipino woman about Drew Ali. We got more into the pedigree. She said she more. I said that meant more to me. Couldn't have this conversation a few years back when I was a few years black. 2,000 years I cried in tears, but I'm back. Still here, thought manifested from a higher tier. I appear, spirit and flesh with divine warnings. Choose life or death. I heard my mother utter to the Negro, black or color, African American, and that's another. Moors, be yourself, no other. You're the last puzzle in place, now move others. Hatred, slander, lewdness, murders. The pleasure of the lower, rich in promise, so you can prevent effects from causes. So a seed planted, so a seed groweth. Deep in the soil, with love choose peace, freedom and justice. Born on a Friday, I put that on Venus. Creative faith, Allah used a genius. You sent your last prophet to uplift me, so I gotta tell everybody. Tell everyone about Drew Ali, 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 tell everyone. Tell everyone about Drew Ali, 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 tell everyone.
Common sense was made before book sense. Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick.
Legendary, bury me in the North Gates Cemetery, February the 4th day. Son of Mary, day ahead of my born day. Independence and law may civil literal lost case. With case laws, we break them down like Jericho. Keeping all my lions tamed, I'm Chris Jericho. I'll keep a mask on deck, I'm Rey Mysterio. Fake pandemics announced over the radio. Annoyed with the game, the joys and the pains. I'm Rob Bass, mixing with rock the hard way. I was in a lost state. Rappers stood me up right, brought me to a lost gate. Cooking like I'm Salt Bay, prepping like I'm Denzel. Malcolm X, Deja Vu, Roman J. Israel. Had no but do I lay in plain sight, but people still can't see it, so the snake's still showing up. Stakes still high, so the race still going up. Warriors of the North Gate, we not slowing up. Born in the manger, sworn to be savior. Walk through the valley of the shadows of the death dip in slavery. Looking for light, the book of Genesis. Astroplane entrances, invoke the nemesis. Abstract images of past lives kicking in. Danger, running for your life. Finish him.
Morris Omar, key man or oracle. Using Trinity powers, decipher allegorical. Lost in metaphorical, holy books are metaphysic. Facts slap a dirty more or a Drew Ali critic. Calling him Thomas or Walter and get your face caved. Or cut like a close shave. Drowned in my brain waves. Squashed by heat waves. Activating Kundalini. Abyssinia invaded by Mussolini. Selassie I in exile. Reptile in Genesis. Niggas appearing real. All I see is false evidence. DA are feminists. Stomped on by elephants. More like go prejudice but want Moorish benefits. When you feel the cold magnetic resonance. Apis horns of the sacred book all maleficent. Great cosmic mothers. Return to blessedness. No pestilence. Ace all the testaments. Tap into remembrance. Never to forget again. Use energy right. Not put spell effects on men. Wandering the earth plane with no they live shades. Keeps you a mental slave as the horizon fades. It's been decades since Christian crusades. Not enough rebellions. Too many vigil bouquets. Holding on to the fence. Burning on doomsday. War ruled by Mars. It might be on a Tuesday.
Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense and Quick. What we do here is we add some common sense thinking to everyday situations or comments that may arise. Want to give it a try?
In the spirit of a prophet in Islam, we study the ancient manuscripts, Moorish Quran. Everything we do is halal, some haram. No, it sounds like the hook, but this is the song. When I see a brother, I greet him with salam. Want the whole truth about Hitler and Saddam. Devastated what you did in Vietnam. Out of this savannah, so they had to use bombs. It's been a few years, I read my Proverbs and Psalms. When I see my sisters, I tell them sit calm. It's your destiny, you hold it in your palm. Mr. Popularity never cared about the prom. One of life's great mysteries, young phenom. I am that I am, that's word to my mom. Moved out the rough edges, eliminate the arms. Know what you're pledging, no Uncle Tom. Coming for our territory, take it back. Guam with that old time good spell, I wave my magic wand. Now I'm impressive vibration, sound is on.
Don't give it away,
It's
Mars don't give it away, Yo, Mars don't give it away.
Every time that I accelerate, they copy. I'm the master. Take my mother's and the father's great. Get me to stay. Great the masterpiece for masters trying to masterpiece. This time I'm like a masterpiece. This love gon' get me the bread. Yo, Moors don't give it away. They play your life but try to take you. Can you count how many times I'll try and break you? Try to guide a great clue. Struggle size 8 shoot. A mind of my own with a great truth. I sip a little great goose while swerving on the state truth. While plotting my escape of they rules, they schools, they jewels. They couldn't help my shine like chemicals. I'm at the top of my class on the pedestal. I throw that lead at you. That's HB number 2. And keep my name out your mouth unless it's about to spread my youth. What to come up with the money that you run up when this crow game turn up in my young guards aim and shoot with your lame excuse. No, I never dead. This a full force sound system level that. Yo, you only talking fiat where your levels at. This is God body. Show me where the devil at. I'll let you read what this life about. We the lawmakers, architects, and still they doubt. We keep it factual with math and science practical. They love to hate the natural. Pain with the gain, no clout. A little fame couldn't stray. I remain on route. I move mountains, earthquakes on speakers. Something off the counting these occurrences. They speechless for the world. I'm the teacher. I'm sure like the beaches, keeping everything du jour. I'm the one with the features that they envy. We the reason that they seek us to take us out every season. So. Moors don't give it away. Yo, Moors don't give it away. Every time that I accelerate, they copy. I'm the master. Take my mother's and the father's great. Give me the stay. Create the masterpiece. The master's trying to masterpiece. This time I like the masterpiece. This law gon' get me the bread. Yo, Moors don't give it away. Yo, Moors don't give it away.
Why am I in this?
good. Good. Goddess outstanding, keeps order, she de jour. I thought Orisha Omega deity, she a more amongst the elite, but relate to the core. She command the fleet first to step on the shore. Snooze never sleep, won't hear me snore.
Hey yo, play me once, you'll never snake me twice. Break this smoke and never save my life. Never rolling with that piece, so respect my life. Respect my life, yo. Morris don't give it away. Yo, Morris don't give it away. Every time that I accelerate the copy, I'm the master. Take my mother's and the father's grade, give me the state. Drink the masterpiece for masters, trying to masterpiece. This time I'm like a masterpiece. This law gon' get me the bread. Yo, Morris don't give it away. Yo, Morris don't give it away. Respect my life, 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 never. Hello. ¿Cómo está? Hey. You know the PM studio, man. 7998 Premier Road. Y'all know what it is. Hello. Buenas noches. Why did I go to the end of the song for real?
This is what it feels like. 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 People running up to me that I don't know. Are you a prince? They ask, tell them I'm from Morocco. Look me up and down with a smile, not a frown. Turn their brain to water, watch the lower self drown. Wanna touch my antennas and steal my energy. Eyes bulge, telling them I'm always King Edward V. When it comes to facts with most, they get beggarly. They ask Morocco where? The farthest northwesterly. With every question asked, I respond cleverly. All dependents won't explain expertly. Going in their wallet, pull out pictures with feathers, breaking down the ring, then the mason confesses. He's at 33 degrees, now the convo stretches like yoga into esoteric metaphysic lessons. When my people aren't like me, he impresses. When we take more science to the highways and hedges. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like.
They tried to get you to think again. That's the prophet. I'm upright, don't need a friend. And you can't stop this. I'm alright with my pen.
This is what it feels like. 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 People running up to me that I don't know. Are you a prince? They ask, tell them I'm from Morocco. Look me up and down with a smile, not a frown. Turn their brain to water, watch the lower self drown. Wanna touch my antennas and steal my energy. Eyes bulge, telling them I'm always King Edward V. When it comes to facts with most, they get beggarly. They ask Morocco where? The farthest northwesterly. With every question asked, I respond cleverly. All dependents won't explain expertly. Going in their wallets, pull out pictures with feathers, breaking down the ring, then the mason confesses. He's at 33 degrees, now the convo stretches like yoga into esoteric metaphysic lessons. When my people aren't like me, he impresses. When we take more science to the highways and hedges. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like.
They tried to get you to think again. That's the prophet. I'm upright, don't need a friend. And you can't stop this. I'ma write with my pen. Violate me and I'ma sentence again. Remain cautious, cause often they sin again. That's in the police out is the silence men. When they bust through your door, you won't breathe again. Nationality will show you how to live again. It can change the predicament you're living in. You can heal the whole world without medicine. Only truth can make you a better man. Why lie? Cause you got paid to murder men. Then you try to lock them up when they riot in. That's okay, cause for freedom I'm diving in. With no knowledge, you come back to die again. Resurrect me not, cause I'd rather be one with Allah.
This is what it feels like. 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 Islam honors to Noble Drew Ali, honors to all Moors worldwide, honors to all the Moors in the chat. Don't forget, January 10th, Noble Drew Ali Day, Canaanland Moors. And I saw today some more science temple somewhere putting up different flyers for Noble Drew Ali Days and talking about, it's supposed to be free for the community and Drew Ali this and Drew Ali said and all this. Now, we can only talk for us because our flyer for our Noble Drew Ali Day was on there. So I could only talk for our flyer. I don't know anything about anybody else having Noble Drew Ali Day other than the Moors near Jamaica, that they have their Noble Drew Ali Day. And Moors who make their Drew Ali Day our Drew Ali Day because they know Drew Ali Day going on where they're at. Because these traders have closed door Drew Ali Days. Only the members and all this. So you might be talking to them. But this is our 16th year of Noble Drew Ali Day celebrations. And we did free ones of these. We did free ones already. And we realized, well, hold on a second, if the convention center or whatever, they have something, their convention or whatever like that, they're charging $1,000 a ticket. Is anybody complaining about them? You're complaining about us because we're asking for a measly 40 notes from people to support something? People should be emptying their accounts to put it to Noble Drew Ali's stuff and what he's about. And say, fine, we're not going to say $1,000 a ticket. We're not going to say 5,000 like some of these packages or whatever like that. 40 notes. And then don't forget, you're going to be able to there's going to be vendors, you know what I mean? And there's going to be food, a children's area. Right? There's a place that it's going to be at. Do you think more Science Temple's getting stuff for free or something out here? You think people are just bowing down to the Moors because we know that we're Moors, so we don't gotta pay rent and we don't gotta pay for anything? We just walk in the store, get stuff free, and walk out and all that. Stop the BS.
Well, it's supposed to be free. Free what? See anybody else saying free around here? And we're not even talking about a package or something. We're talking about Noble Drew Ali Day. We're talking about the day where Moors get together to honor their prophet. Moors are mad because we're saying put some finance in. Why? Why are you mad? Why are you mad? Shouldn't you be happy that at least we're doing a Noble Drew Ali Day celebration? Like, what are you worried about? What are you pocket watching Moors? You see Maseratis over here or something like that? Benzes and all this? That's what you see when you see Moors right now? 2025, we say Moors. You think you're seeing all these Moors with mansions and all that? Stop the BS. Because we shouldn't even be having to be Noble Drew Ali Days. There should have been Noble Drew Ali Days happening out here ever since Noble Drew Ali transition, which let's say is 1930. Because since people don't like to go past 1930, we'll use 1930 as your timeline then. People have done nothing. There's nothing Moorish out here. So we started saying Noble Drew Ali. Anybody talking about Noble Drew Ali out here? They talk about Garvey. They talk about W. Du Bois. They talk about all the black Canadian whoever. These people not talking about Noble Drew Ali. So we started talking about Noble Drew Ali. And then you hear him getting some little mentions by certain people. So it's all for Noble Drew Ali. That's what it's for. You know, we're having Noble Drew Ali celebration and we're making 50 million or something like that and not giving nothing back to the people or something like that. Stop the crap. We're doing what more should have been doing. Take Canaanland Moors for stuff to start happening. These Moors rhyming forever. And none of these Moors had no impact like Canaanland Moors when it comes to Moorish music. Nobody had more artists to come out of our camp. Just because. We already know what it is. Hemet told us early that we're at the spot. You're going to be the ones. And then here we are, still. And what we're doing? Just doing the work that all these whoever's should have been doing, that weren't doing. And honors to all the Moors who seen the light and came back home to our nationality and birthrights. Honors to you. Found your way. Honors to you. So we're carrying on. And you're going to bring your finance at the door because for Noble Drew Ali. It ain't for anything else. For us to give honors to our prophet. To go empty your coffers and all that stuff. Bring all your jingles, break the piggy bank and all that stuff. And come support your stuff. Because you already know who Nature El Bay and Taj Tariq Bay is. And if we're getting a lecture from them, stop the BS. A lecture from them for Drew Ali Day? You're sitting around talking crap? Please. Stop the crap. It's over. Get in line or get out the way. There's only one way this is going. Drew Ali established this. Without him up front, I don't care what people are claiming. As soon as they start talking, they're not talking about Noble Drew Ali, and they're not giving him his honors and his high mentions, and they're talking about why you charging finance, Trevor. Watch these people. Watch these people. My question is, how do we, and ask your questions in all caps so it doesn't get lost in the chat and then you're complaining. Now, he didn't answer my question and all that stuff. So we have a rule over here that you just put your questions in all caps so that we can see it and we can't get blamed for stuff that we didn't do, because people used to like to blame us for not answering stuff live and all this. Right? So my question is, how do we actually go about accessing the funds left for us by the Prophet and the trust he set up to benefit us all? The trust that he set up, that's been sold out. So forget trust and forget all these fantasy land stuff that people try to tell you to try to get you interested in this. There's no fantasy. Moors murdered the Prophet, raided the treasury, dismantled everything, and here we are. Right? So since we're here, how about we accept the fact that our own sold us out and really do with this what was supposed to be done with it? Because obviously these people did BS with the trust. If you're sitting there asking about it and you're a Moor. If you're a Moor, you're already supposed to have your mansion and everything already. Where's your stuff at? How come you don't have anything? How come you know you're a Moor, but you don't have the stuff that Drew Ali left for you? And then, if you don't have that, how about, do you have the stuff that CMB left for you in the Library of Congress? Or you don't have that either? You want to know why? Because your own sold you out. So there's no getting around that. Talking about some other stuff. Trust. What trust? Moors killed Noble Drew Ali. What trust are you talking about? How's there trust when Moors killed Noble Drew Ali? That's not an oxymoron. Then some Chicago police beat up Noble Drew Ali. What are they doing that for? And if the record says that they released him, then how they beat him up? Stop the madness. It's your own. There's no trust. It's knowledge of self. That's the trust. You better go study, because ain't no temple saving and all that stuff going on. You better go study. So you can know. Now, you don't have to guess. You don't have to assume. You don't have to ask for permission to do. You do what it is you have to do to save you and your family. The stuff is crazy out here. Right? So do we have to create a new trust? And what about the trust in the Vatican? I seen Phil Valentine state that there is also one that is under the control of Queen Elizabeth. And is that yours? That's not your trust. That's their stuff. That's the Vatican stuff. The Vatican was smart enough to, when they stole our stuff, put it in a trust. That's what Vatican Archives is and all that. Put it in a trust. And now nobody could touch anything. And everybody's mad. Why don't they just give it back? Why are they going to give it back? They're vampires. You know they're about energy. I mean, why are they going to give it back? Give it back what? They're going to give it back what they sucked all the energy out of. That's what you see when you see them giving back stuff. And they're like, hey, we got back the whatever like that because they took this from the indigenous. No, they already sucked that dry. You know, ancestors left in that. That's just wood you're getting back. You know, ancestors in that. Right. Knowing about our nationality and birthrights isn't about receiving a benefit. It's about having knowledge of self. That's the benefit. Because once you have knowledge of self, then you can't be played. There's no it to get. It is knowledge of self. That's what it is. If you have knowledge of self, you will know how to be. You can't know how to be without the knowledge. Somebody can't tell you how to be a Moor. Right? No, you want to build a school? Give us $1 million. We'll have a school tomorrow. If you don't have $1 million to give, then don't talk about we should have this and we should have that. The Asian whoever's they built a bridge over 25,000 foot cavern and all that in 2 days. so don't tell me about we need to build a school and all this. Right? I get it. It's frustrating, right? Because the sellout's in your face and you haven't accepted it yet. Right? It's hard. It's a lot to know that your own would stoop so low. Your own would stoop so low to sell you out. But yeah, they did. But don't get mad. You know what I mean? Because now we know. We have drew all these lessons. They're not hiding stuff anymore. Mysteries of the Silent Brotherhood and all that stuff. That was books that they had hidden away in the Moorish attic chamber, so that the people don't have the lessons. And it's Moors who started putting that into the public. That's just Juali stuff that they're messing with. Imagine all the other stuff that you have no idea about how they're messing with that. Right. And when you truly understand what when Juali said, mountains of gold will be revealed to the Moors. Right? And then you're sitting there with the sifter, trying to get gold because you're a Moor. It's the knowledge. And then not just having the knowledge, but applying it so that you can benefit your nation. The frustration part of it, Moors deal with it all the time. The frustration part of it. That if we have everything, then how come? If we have it all, then how come stuff isn't better? Why is it? We're just being woke up, right? We have water up to our neck. You wake up, water's up to your neck. You don't have time to think about how did the water get from my? All you know is water to your neck. Right? So worried about how and all that stuff after. So where we're at right now is letting it be known, letting it be put up front that things that you hear about in the Moorish movement that you think are Moorish related really aren't. These are implanted subject matters that have nothing to do with your nationality and birthrights in the way that they're talking about it. Like when they talk about trust. Right? If you're really on game, you already know that the trust papers is your Quran. Because it tells you about the vast estate right there in it. And that you're the heir to it. Right there in the Quran, it tells you that. So if you're looking at this really how you're supposed to look at it, you would already know that you have the trust already. You being an heir. We're not Negro black colored just to be Moors. We're Negro black colored. We're not Negro black colored so we can have the claim to the estate. Which again, if you look at this from the Vatican perspective and all that stuff, then the Quran is the deed of trust. And everything's under the Moorish Science Temple. And just switch that with Vatican, and then you see how the stuff's supposed to work. And that they're having their conclave right now, and then you're going to go read in all the newspapers in Chicago at the time about Moorish Science Temple having a conclave. But Moorish Science Temple having a conclave for, and Vatican having a conclave, and then you're not looking at those two things as relative activity. One for the modern European colonists and one for the Moorish Americans. And they're mad that we know. They're mad that we know. Because the sellouts were supposed to keep this. It's not supposed to be looked at from these perspectives. Part and parcel. This is supposed to be part and partial. You're a citizen of U.S.A. and all that. Ain't no U.S.A. unless it's a republic. That's all Juwali talked about. Republic, yes, republic, this and that. Okay, so yeah. Not bad. Should have been doing this. Oh, okay, so we are heirs to this estate. But is this estate dried up as well? Is our only way to get funding then is by us pooling our own money together? Yeah, this is where we're at right now. Where we're at, and everybody else is doing this. Right? Everybody else is doing this. All the other nations, they figured it out. Have the stuff circulate around your own community before it goes out there. But they say, oh, interesting. Well, if that's the case, then we need our own manufacturing, and we need our own hospitals, and we need our own education, and we need all our own things, so the thing could circulate around us all the time. This stuff is not rocket science. But because our people want to play Negro black colored games, they're never going to figure that stuff out. Because as Negro black colored, property can't own property. So you already lose. You're already in the negative. Because anything you own is not even going to be yours. Right? So we're at the stage, because we're past where we're supposed to be. Right? Now this is where it's at. Now what's supposed to be happening is people who have acquired a lot of finance through whatever means they acquired a lot of finance. They're supposed to be willingly giving whatever to their nation. Just like all the other, what you heard, you ever heard what Jackie Chan does with his finance that he got his checks from movies? Go do your research on what Jackie Chan does with the checks that he got from movies. And there's a few others, right? How can we start today to build our wealth as a collective, even with small weekly donations? Again, you're not taking into account people got work, people got children to take care of, people got their grandma sick. You know, their boss wants them to work 5 extra shifts. You have to take all that into account. And majority of people are going to handle their affairs that they have to handle before anything extracurricular. And what you're talking about, giving to your nation so that we can build it up and all that's extracurricular right now for these people. Right. So where we're at right now, right, we have the knowledge, but the means to apply the knowledge in its full capacity is not there. So we're sort of, harboring for now, just harboring information until the time comes when things move in a different direction, which is going to be based on the people's consciousness raising, because they're going to be realizing that, oh shit, the Moore's been right the whole damn time. And get on board with what they're supposed to get on board with and stop playing around. Because, there was a sellout. Which was the purpose, to have this move at a snail's pace opposed to avalanche pace. That's why they counteracted with their avalanche of lies. To have our people think that the Morris thing, that's not where it's at. It's about this school of thought, that school of thought, there. When this has nothing to do with school of thought or anything. This is nationality. Why are you comparing this to all this other BS that's out there that's doing nothing for our people? Right. So what you want to do is, because you sound like you just, you're excited. So I know you're just getting hip to the game. Right. Just pump the brakes. Pump the brakes and do a assess. Assess for a little bit. You've been going 500 miles an hour. Right. You want the remedy tomorrow. The remedy is not tomorrow. If they started in 1930 after Noble Drew Ali died like they were supposed to, then you would see what you're looking for tomorrow. Then you would see it. But because they didn't, right? We're doing it for the young and unborn, just like Drew Ali was doing it for the young and unborn. Not exactly. And that's it there, right? Know that it's on the way. Right? Know that it's on the way. Those that have been studying know the frequencies been raising. Ever since we came into it, the frequency's been raising. the glory and grace and all that stuff of our ancestors and the stuff that we see in the pictures, we think we're good. No, that's not for us now. That's not for us. We have more divine works to do. Yeah, what's way more on all these different planes, work to do. So don't worry, it'll get to you. You just stay on the path here, right? Because this is where you're at the moment. So don't get spaced out. Dealing with some other worlds and all this stuff, and you got to wake up to feed the baby tomorrow. Don't get played. Don't get lost. Islam, brother, I have 3 questions for you. Well, 5 and 3 topics. How does one redeem themselves after reaching their lowest? How would you tap into the heart? A lot of the chakra activities, dealing with that in that realm, like I would deal with the Hindu teachings or the Buddhist teachings, because you have to be the one to know the line that has to be crossed for you to be redeemed. No one could give you that. Like because you can't cheat yourself because you know what it is that you did or didn't do. Right? So when you reach the lowest, there's always reason behind you getting to that position. A high percentage of the time, it's you, not somebody else. When you nitpick, you get into your lowest point, you're gonna realize that it's you. Few times you'll be able to blame somebody else, but most of the time it'll be because of you, something you didn't do. So by tapping into the heart, you realize that you first have to love yourself before anything else could be loved or show you love or whatever. You first have to love yourself. Just after being into the lowest lows, whether it's your fault or not, you have to love yourself. You must. And through the love of yourself, that's going to change your frequency. That's going to open up the heart chakra, getting rid of, the blame and whatever, and start taking responsibility for how you got to the lowest. And then when you get into that place that you overcome it, right? When you are redeemed, now you have that template to know where not to go. That should be a lesson to you. You reaching the lowest, that you don't want to be back there again. So the redemption is really in the knowing that you can be redeemed, that what you did wasn't really that bad compared to some bad stuff that people need to redeem from. Boy, your stuff was light, So you have to want to get out. You have to want to get out the lows. There's people who they want to stay there. They don't want to tap in. They're comfortable. they become a good example once you've gotten out, you know. But the individual has to want to be saved. If they don't want to be saved, they'll even waste your time. And then if it's you, you better save yourself. You better start kicking your feet or something like that. Start somewhere. All those different meditation and yoga and all that tap you in. Tap you in. Because you see that it's all, then you realize it's all mental. Getting yourself mentally saved. Starting there. Then the physical is easy. Do you think there is information of Prophet Juali's having a family besides wives that is hidden from us? Same way they are hiding recordings of the Prophet. And who knows? Who knows? You know, there's definitely way more information that should be out on him. You know, this little bit of information we have on Noble Juali, you know, just his you know, existence, not necessarily his young life and all that stuff. Talking about when this stuff was hitting, when an Arab could go out on the street and just pull a more in the store. Yeah, information on Noble Juali is scarce, very rare. And then that's why what we have is very rare. Because only when you start looking for stuff and you're not finding anything that you realize there was actually a plan to keep this stuff out circulation. Right. And we talk about them recordings all the time. That there has to be something. You know, there has to be something. There's too much for there to be nothing. It's too much out now. You know. When is it time to cut ties with certain friends and family members that cross boundaries repeatedly or harm you with their actions? How many chances should we give people to do right? Gratitude. Once they cross the boundary and you address the crossing of the boundary, and they carry on doing what it is that they do at that point. I don't play none of that other forgive and all this stuff. I'm not getting played again. You know, I don't need 3 strikes to be out. All I need is 1. I'm good with 1. I'll learn. I'll learn with 1. Let them cross that thing 1 time, and that's it. That's why I resonate with who I resonate with. So I know I don't have to deal with the, crossing boundaries and all this other BS. That I shouldn't have to be dealing with because, this is friends and family. This is friends and family. It's not a hold against them or anything like that. It is what it is. You have your position if they're, if they know you're vegetarian and they got the pork frying up and all that stuff, and they know that it bothers you and they don't care, don't waste your time. If they're gonna try to accommodate you, if they're gonna want to learn and be fair and all that stuff, you don't gotta cut them off completely. You can give them some slack. If they're quote unquote working with you, you give them some slack. But the ones that they don't care and all that, you don't care either. You have your own mindset now, because you already know you're not gonna get everybody on board. It's the one who's gonna fight you. That's the problem. As far as the friends and family people, there's some people who are just gonna accept it, and there's ones who they'll fight you. They'll try to make this hard for you. But don't fold, just stay on your square. You already know what it is. And it's not rude and it's not anything like that if you don't want to do certain things like, Christmas or whatever. They want to do the ungifting and they can, that's their stuff. It's about letting them know about where it is you're at. It's not some pop-up thing. You're gonna let them know this is where you are. 6 months before Christmas, you let them know, hey, don't forget, huh? Remember, I get mad if I have my own Tupperware and all that, because I don't do the pork. I don't want the ham. You bring your own little things so you could have your own little food. Now, if they're mad at that, now you know you gotta figure some stuff out, because they don't want you to bring your own stuff. You just have to sit there while they're just killing the ham. Nah, you don't need to be there. So it just depends how much chances you give. If they're not trying to kill you, I wouldn't take it too serious. Our people are they're in a state. They're in a state. They don't want truth. They don't want anything but lies. Everything bad for them, they're happy about. So I don't know. But I wouldn't kill myself, trying to convince them of something. You live your life. You live your life based on the knowledge that you have and what you know. You trust what it is that you know. You live like that. You live like that. The best of your ability. And if that means, you got to bring your Tupperware, your little bag with your little sandwiches or whatever, then that's what it is. Don't let them spoil your fun. We're Moors, but you have a right to have fun too and go to the gathering too. You should be able to go eat some food too. Why not? And because of your high stature, of you wanting to better yourself and be vegetarian and all this, they should be, really supporting you with this. It's not like you're doing some crap to try to harm yourself like them. So don't take it personal. It is what it is. They're in a lower vibratory bracket than you, so you can't have any expectations really. You can't have any expectations. Let's check this. Check this chat. Honest all the Moors in the chat. No spam today. Got that. Islam. Everything starts with self. There's one. Why do so-called Moorish castles and fortifications in Iberia sit on Roman and Visigoth style foundations? When they talk about Roman, they're not talking about some pale people. The foundation of all nations is our people. The Tartarians are our people. The Native Americans are our people. The founders of civilization from Africa and all that stuff are our people. The people of Europe, including caves and all that stuff, is all our people. All of it. Ain't nothing that you could do about it. Right? All the foundation, everything. What Europeans building castles for? Not castles. They come from the cave. What are they building a castle? They building a castle that came from the cave? It might have helped or something like that. These people are not building any castle. They might take over a castle that was there before. I would say that even before the Roman Visigoths built or whatever. No, they inherited just like everybody else, everywhere else. Inherited stuff that was already there. It's the same thing. Inheriting stuff that's there already. Do you desire to start up a funding pool today? Kindred Kudjo, I can make a small donation today to get the ball rolling. Now look at it like this. Look at it like this. Let's say your small donation is 100K. Right? There should be 50 more of you putting up their 100K. So that we're not talking about no ball rolling. We're talking about things happening immediately. Now, if you have a 500 or something like that you want to give, to get the ball rolling, I would say put that as a donation, and we'll even give you a receipt so you can get that back. Because where we're at, you see how Tyler Perry just built a studio? So I just had the funds to just do that. Okay, we need that times 5 million to do what it is that we're supposed to be doing, to do what it is what we want to do. So until we get to that part, this is where we're at, getting our information out to our people, because these people are asleep. And the only thing that's going to wake them up is nationality and birthrights. So the illusions of grandeur that we want to achieve as Moors, unless you have the 50 million to put up so we can have that grandeur illusion be a reality, let's stop playing around. All right. Let's stop playing around. Let's deal with where we are. Right? So the first thing would be where you are, find the Moors who are righteous where you are in that jurisdiction, and help those Moors do greater work with your donation that you have. Right. Or there's the email, canaanlandguide@gmail.com, and we'll put you to Moors where you're at so that you can assist those Moors however you could assist them. I mean, if you're a $50 million man and all that stuff, and you want to do something, then definitely there's Moors who could definitely use assistance. Honorable Moors who could use assistance. So reach out. We could build. The vision that you have, we all have that same vision. We know that mighty work was done to keep our people in the state of sleep. where instead of everybody being competent and conscious, it's few. You know? So we deal with it where we are. You know, get knowledge, acquire knowledge, and apply it. Save yourself. Kudjo Ali brought everything it takes to save a nation and told us take it and save ourselves. Why? Because these traitors that were around him, he knew they weren't gonna, so he gave you everything. So you can have no excuse why you're not saved, because you got everything from your prophet. Right. Supreme honors to all. Let me just check the email. Peace. I read about the Moors, but it was not as oppressors. I believe it was the book They Came Before Columbus. In the book I read, they were more like cultivators, innovators, and allowed people to practice religions that were different from theirs freely. From my understanding, there is descendants of Moors in every culture. What I have a hard time understanding is why, when people research the history on Moors, they try to whitewash and leave the African American out of the picture. Because the African American is supposed to be the slave. He's supposed to be the in the peripheral, not the main focus. And once you once the African American stays the floater in the eye, it's only there when you look at something white. So then everybody else could take the place of the Moors. It's not like a whitewash, like they're hiding the history. It's the skipping over in the studying, in the research. They're going to talk about every history except the Moorish history. That's why you have to recalibrate everything with anytime you read black, Negro, colored, African, you put Moors when you're reading it in your mind. And then you go back and read all those black books, all those conscious black books, and you just replace black with Moors. And the thing have a whole different perspective. It'd be more enlightening too. Just by doing that, just by changing. Anytime you hear black people and African people and all that, replace that in your mind with Moors when you're reading anything. Yeah. You know, people research, and the researchers have, whether they're paid or whether they did it on their own, have done their job of pushing this Negro black colored narrative as the who we are. You know. I'm not talking about us being Moors, but you do it. You bring it up. You bring it up in your mind when you read stuff. Don't expect them to do it, because they won't. If you're new to the movement, would ChatGPT be a good source to use? Well, I'm seeing Sarah Connor just looking at these people right now with this AI thing. Now there's been, I think there was like 3 or 4 very detailed questions relative to the Moors, and answer that AI came back with, I can't say I was mad at AI. Like I said, I can't say that I was mad. So, just like anything else, use your discernment. But also, check the books and stuff too. Don't just limit it to AI only. Let AI only tell you. Because one thing with AI, when you ask AI something, it's going to give you a reference where it got its stuff from. So at least go check the references that AI gives you. And through the references, then you're going to be, it's not like it's AI really, because AI is giving you the reference. It's not like you're listening to ChatGPT when they're saying, oh yeah, check these 5 books. And to back up what I'm saying or what it's saying. But don't get caught up. Do your best not to get caught up. Because Sarah Connor is looking at people funny right now. People like that, damn, like, you're gone? You're plugged in? Honest to all the Moors worldwide. Q&A Wednesday, season 2, number 15. Will you learn something? If not, email canaanlandguide@gmail.com. Honors to all the Moors worldwide. Honors to Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Supreme love to all the Moors in the chat. Love and peace to all. Honors to all Moors worldwide. Islam.